Fine. Seattle's Summer of Sound gets even louder.
So our full lineup announce is coming today. Breaking the news here on Seattle Refined.
We have the big new names just added to next month's Upstream lineup. Plus,
I think the audiences are going to be stunned when they walk into our theater and see the transformation.
one of Seattle's most beloved theaters undergoes a massive makeover to make room for a groundbreaking new show. Then, she's an ambassador of Far East flavor. We get a cooking lesson we'll never forget. Seattle Refined starts now. Hey everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. We begin today with another huge announcement from our partners at the Upstream Music Festival. Once again, Upstream Executive Director Jeff Fetting is the man of the hour.
So our full lineup announce is coming today. Breaking the news here on Seattle Refined.
Organizers just released the names of more than 100 more new artists coming to Seattle's Pioneer Square neighborhood next month for the massive festival. Without further ado, here's some of the big names who just got added to the lineup.
So the new additions to the main stage, joining Aluna George and Flying Lotus and Shabazz Palace, are Dinosaur Jr. and Jay Park.
Best known for hits like 1994's Feel the Pain, Dinosaur Jr. has been a darling of the alternative music scene for more than 3 decades and is still going strong.
Dinosaur Jr. we're really excited about. You know, they've been one of my favorite bands for 20 years, and I think that really fits with our mission of music discovery. And then Jay Park really also speaks to our music discovery mission because he is a Seattleite that's made it big in the world of K-pop, Korean pop, and he's huge. I mean, he's an international superstar.
Superstar may be an understatement. Jay Park has electrified crowds around the globe with sellout performances and platinum-selling albums. Think of him as Asia's answer to Justin Timberlake.
He's also a big TV star over in Korea. He has a lot of television and movie credits, so he's really exciting to have him at the Upstream main stage.
This latest announcement means more than 300 bands will converge on venues across Pioneer Square this May, and it includes something for every musical taste.
So we have a lot of bands beyond the main stage this time. The Thermals are one of them that I'm really excited about. Mets, here locally on Sub Pop Records, Kristen Control, Greaves, Gazebos. There's a ton of bands I'm excited about this time.
Fetting says today's announcement fulfills Upstream's goal of presenting a complete picture of the musical genres coming out of this region.
You'll see a lot more punk and metal this time, as well as the existing kind of jazz and blues and other genres. I think as a music fan, it's a real value. I mean, there's 300 bands playing over 25 venues, so there's a lot to see, there's a lot to do. I hope people can come out and see kind of this cross-section of the Pacific Northwest in music in 2017 and really be excited about the music coming out of here.
The Upstream Festival and Summit kicks off May 11th, 12th, and 13th. To see the complete Upstream lineup or learn more about how to buy tickets, go to our website, seattlerefined.com, and it's all there. Plus, coming up later in the show, it's our Upstream Artist Profile of the Week, and it's a good one. You don't want to miss it. From emerging artists to one of Refined's favorite arena rockers. Brace yourself, Radiohead is coming to town. The critically acclaimed indie English rockers will play Key Arena Saturday. It's definitely the hottest ticket in town this weekend. So if you're going, we are officially jealous. Speaking of hot tickets, the new musical opening tomorrow at the Seattle Rep has theater goers counting the hours to the opening curtain. The only problem, there won't be a curtain. There's not really a stage in the traditional sense, and most of the audience won't be sitting down. Are you confused? Don't worry, it's going to be a lot of fun.
So right now I'm standing where the audience will be standing.
Audiences who come to the Rep's Here Lies Love will find themselves immersed in the middle of a theatrical dance party.
We've sort of blown out the proscenium and we're building a giant structure that holds the whole show within it. So we have some seats up in the balcony that you can look down into the space, but ultimately the show takes place in a disco. So we're creating a big room, and 200 members of the audience are going to be standing in that dance floor as the show happens all around them. So it's basically creating a whole new Seattle Rep playing space that's nothing like any of our audiences have ever seen.
Elizabeth Farwell Moreland is the producing director for Here Lies Love. She's worked day in and day out with architects, engineers, and even the city of Seattle to get the theater ready.
We have to make sure that everything is permitted and meets the seismic requirements of building a space like this in a city that has, a past history of earthquakes. And all those things you don't think about that much in the theater, but we had to make sure that everything was in line.
The musical by former Talking Head frontman David Byrne and DJ Fatboy Slim tells the story of the rise and fall of former First Lady of the Philippines, Imelda Marcos.
It seems when you first listen to it that it's a great party show and it's really celebratory and the music is amazing, and that's all true, but it also really tells the story of the culture of that area and the time, and I think it's a story that we don't know well enough. We immerse the audience, we bring them in, we ask them to become part of the entire experience and see the story from within as opposed to just looking at it from the outside. I think people are going to be stunned by how moving the story is and how deep into it goes for a musical.
And while most musicals have an orchestra or band, not this show.
The sound itself is karaoke, so all of the sound and everything has to be timed with the light cues and with the projections, so it's hugely technical. We add in audience wranglers, and the audience wranglers actually work with the audience that's standing in the sort of like the mosh pit in the dance floor. Anytime scenery moves, the audience wranglers help them stay out of the way and make sure they're safe. So the whole thing is, monitored within an inch of its life. And I can't wait to see it with the actors in this space. It's pretty cool, but I want to see it, when it's ready. I'm excited.
Here Lies Love opens tomorrow at the Seattle Rep. For more information, log on to our website. You have about one more week to check out a second show at the Seattle Rep. That's the complete opposite of Here Lies Love. Dry Powder is a dark comedy with a simple set starring just 4 actors. It dives into the world of those who have the power to manipulate our country's economy. If that sounds boring, we promise it's not. You gotta go check it out. Dry Powder runs through April 15th. One of Seattle's other favorite theatrical experiences, Teatro Zenzani, is still looking for a new home. These are photos of Teatro's big top coming down. The popular dinner theater is looking for a new home after being forced out of its home in Lower Queen Anne earlier this year. The property is being developed for an apartment complex. We'll keep you posted when we find out where Teatro will set up shop next. Refined is just getting started. How well do you know your city? Put yourself to the test. We've got 15 things we bet you don't know about Seattle. But first, do I look like a real chef?
You do, yeah. You look like a pro. You look like you've been. Oh my gosh! Look at that's terrible. Oh goodness!
I get a little messy in the kitchen, but the results are so worth it. Refine gets a lesson on Malaysian cooking next. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. One of the things I love about my job is I get to taste dishes from all over the globe. And imagine my surprise when I discovered Malaysia's food ambassador, yes, that's a thing, lives right here in the Seattle area. She's written a new cookbook celebrating the cuisine of her home country and invited us into her kitchen for a cooking lesson. Christina, I look a little intimidated here. What are we doing?
No,
What is in front of me here?
Look at this. This is curry puff. You can do this.
And it's supposed to look like one of these, and this is the empanada.
That is an empanada. So what you're going to do, I want you to, roll this out a little bit. If it sticks, that's fine. We just put a little bit more flour and just roll it out. Try to make it as thin as possible.
Oh, thin,
yes,
thin,
yeah,
okay.
thin, not so thin, but thin. Yeah. Okay, so we just put your your hands at the back and flip it, and then put a little bit more flour for yourself. Yeah.
I'm good with the flour. Right?
Yeah, you are.
Look at this. Do I look like a real chef?
You do, yeah. You look like a pro. You look like you've been. Oh my gosh! Look at that's terrible. Oh goodness. So, can I have some of the feeling here? Look at this.
How's that look?
That's this is perfect. Wow, this is better than what I would do.
You said perfect. I
yeah,
like
this
that
is
word.
perfect. I love
Okay.
that. So now, what you do is just cut rings as many rings you can possibly get.
Okay.
And when you want to cut these rings, you see, when you do that, you just want to give it a twist.
A little bit of a
yeah,
twist.
Just get one small, tiny teaspoon of filling.
Okay.
Too much filling, it will break. Yeah. just a little bit. Oh, that's plenty. Yeah, that's a bit beautiful. And then a little bit egg wash so that seals that edge, right?
Okay. Seals the egg.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh,
That's a lot. No, not making an omelette. Yeah.
Did you say making an
Just
omelet?
So now we'll seal this together. And then so you can use the fork, or you can use like your finger if you can do this, you know, make beautiful pleats like this. See?
You do that, I'm going to use the fork.
And you just want to seal that. Yeah, that's
Awful.
no, it's not. This is beautiful. So we
Come
have.
on, you're just
see,
being nice. But look at the difference.
it's very pretty, you know.
Which is the better one?
Of course, mine. Yes.
Yeah, of course yours. So Christina, tell me about the filling here.
We have some diced carrots, petite green peas, and then we have sweet potato, diced chicken, minced ginger and minced garlic in that small bowl, little bit of curry powder, right? A store-bought curry powder, and some curry leaves. And that you don't have curry leaves, you can use rosemary, you can use sage, thyme, oregano. And that's it, voila, you have this.
All right, well, let's go fry some up.
Yes, I think we should. Let's do that.
What is the deal with Malaysian food?
Malaysian food is a cuisine based on spice trade. So this cuisine had a lot of people from India and China and Portugal and the Dutch who had bartered in this area and then made it permanently their home. And then you concoct this gorgeous, delicious food.
One big pot.
One big pot, and they call it many cultures in a spoonful. So guess what we have?
Oh, the hot off the fryer, right?
Yes, hot off the fryer.
Oh,
let's
that's so
just,
good.
why don't we dig in a little
Okay,
bit?
I'm going to do this one right here.
Okay. I'm going
Ooh,
to try this
ooh.
one. Is it still hot?
Yeah, but they feel good. Good enough to eat.
So what do you think?
That's fantastic. But I hate to break this to you. You're no longer the ambassador
Why?
because you're the president. There you go.
Cheers.
Dude, oh, that is so good.
Christina's book, The Malaysian Kitchen, is in stores now.
Speaking of global flavors, Seattle is internationally known as the coffee capital of the world, and our well-caffeinated refined team has just discovered some new ways to get your morning buzz.
Refined foodie Shauna Kassinger has discovered 5 under-the-radar roasters you should check out the next time you run out of beans. And just like people, every roaster has a story. Check out this story and gallery by logging on to SeattleRefined.com and searching for coffee roasters. Coming up on Seattle Refined, a local Seattle duo goes primetime thanks to Grey's Anatomy. We'll explain in our Upstream Artist Profile of the Week, next.
Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. How well do you know Seattle? Turns out there is a lot about this city you may not know.
That's why our web team compiled 15 facts about Seattle that may boggle your mind. For example, did you know Seattle had the country's first gas station? Seattle is also the first American city to have a female mayor. That's pretty cool stuff. To check out the other facts, head to SeattleRefined.com.
There's one thing we do know for sure. Seattle will be home to the first ever Upstream Music Festival next month. And if you're a fan of the hit ABC show Grey's Anatomy, you may be familiar with our next Upstream profile.
Now you're ready to open.
Indie folk duo Budo and Chris Orlowski recently had their song Water Ski to Texas featured on an episode of Grey's this season. The local group is one of more than 200 artists who will play at next month's Upstream Music Festival and Summit in Pioneer Square. We caught up with them at Elysian Fields Brewery, one of many non-traditional festival venues, and chatted with them about the big event.
There's no one on the road and we're driving fast.
Chris Orlowski
Look at me, look at you.
and Josh Karp, known in music circles as Budo, come from very different musical backgrounds.
Yeah, so I come from more of like a folk, like the folk genre. I used to play in the church. I used to be the drum major in the marching band. I played saxophone. So I'm really coming at it from like that traditional musical background of just kind of picking it up an instrument and starting to write songs?
Yeah, I grew up playing guitar and bass and that sort of thing, but really fell in love with the process of making music by way of computers, and started making rap songs in my late teens and kind of transitioned into that space and have been really, like, I think mostly focused in that area.
Orlowski's indie folk music has garnered him a loyal fan base and also been featured on multiple primetime TV shows, including Grey's Anatomy, The Tomorrow People, and Heart of Dixie. Budo has worked as a producer with a long list of hip-hop artists from Greaves to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, most notably on the Downtown single. And the friendship and collaboration of Budo and Orlowski is producing some incredible music.
You know, for me, music is something I'm so passionate about that I usually just jump right into the music. But with Josh, I don't. We kind of have this mutual respect and mutual, like, almost like life riffing session. And that usually, yeah, it's called friendship, I think, actually, isn't it? Our music is so personal and we believe in what we're talking about that I think it shows through in the music more because of that. But we've added a level of experimentation to the music that I don't think you hear very often.
And the duo is particularly happy to be playing the Upstream Festival together.
Seattle has always been kind of the redheaded stepchild of LA in terms of the music industry. But I think it's really awesome that Upstream and Paul Allen and Vulcan have really come together to say, hey, we realize there's a problem here, and we're trying to come up with a solution.
And to have something that comes from here that really is generated by, you know, somebody from Seattle that has deep ties to both Seattle and the Seattle music scene. It is something that is designed to showcase, like, music from Seattle.
To see more of our Upstream artist profile, log on to SeattleRefined.com. We'll be right back, but first, our Tech Tango App of the Week.
Most people purchase Amazon Prime for free shipping, but did you know your subscription also gives you free, unlimited storage for backing up photos from your smartphone? With Amazon's Prime Photos app, you can have your smartphone automatically back up your pictures, freeing up space on your device. In the Prime Photos app, go to Settings, Uploads, and turn on Auto Save. This automatically backs up all of your photos. If you prefer to delete unwanted photos first, then back up manually instead. Once the images are copied, you can delete them from your phone to free up space. You can see the image copies via the app or at Amazon.com/Prime Photos. I'm Francie Black with your App of the Week. For more information, visit TechTangoToday.com.
Attention.
Welcome back to Refined. People who love to shop always joke about it being retail therapy, but our Portland affiliate recently discovered a 91-year-old Northwest shopaholic pushing a cart for the benefit of others. We knew you'd want to meet her.
Here's somewhere I never thought I'd be, standing in the middle of Fred Meyer talking to a nonagenarian volunteer about boxers and briefs.
As a matter of fact, an earlier order today, I bought some men's underwear.
To be fair, Jean Pierce didn't buy them for herself. She's a volunteer shopper for Store to Door, a local nonprofit that does grocery shopping for folks who are homebound.
Let's take this one.
Twice a week for more than 20 years, Jean's been coming to local Fred Meyer stores to buy everything from prescriptions to bananas to...
A third of a pound of salad shrimp.
A pound of salad shrimp?
A third.
A third of a pound.
So it's not just about delivering food and access to healthy food. It's also about nourishing social relationships.
Kirsten Ware is Store to Door's executive director. She says Store to Door reaches out to about 400 people every week, and they couldn't get the shopping and delivery done without their volunteer workforce.
How much longer are you going to keep doing this?
As long as I can.
Is that important to you?
Yes, it is. It makes me feel good to be doing something for somebody else, to be helpful to somebody else. I don't know, it's just that's it.
All right, that'll do it for today's show. I'm Gart Swanson. We'll see you next time right here on Seattle Refined.